Welcome to the Buccaneers Observer. Ralph Phillips here. Oh, therapy session Monday. Here we go, guys. Let's do it. Everybody, Kate, what's going on? MK. Everybody's upset. I know we are. It was a tough loss. We wanted it badly. The fans wanted it badly. Well, I can't even say that. The fans. MK. How many Detroit Lion fans were there at the stadium, man? Good grief. Yeah, Kate, we missed you last week, too. I was wanting to ask you about everything going on down there. How's the presidential election and all that good stuff? I was reading up on inflation. Wow, man, that's some rough stuff down there. But anyhow, back to the game. Mr. Bundy, how's it going? You won the score prediction, brother. You got the closest. Even though we felt like you were Judas betraying us, picking the Detroit Lions, obviously you knew what you were talking about. Oh, man, that was a tough game. It was a tough game. I really wanted them to win this. Wanted to see us win in the creamsicle uniforms. Last time we wore them in 2010, we won. That was a great game. This one, not so much. But, the Lions were exactly who we thought they were. I'll pull Denny Green there. They were exactly who we thought they were. They were who we thought they were. They just didn't make mistakes. They played tough. Great play calling, We, on the other hand, we'll get into that. Tom, no, you didn't. You came close. You were the other one that picked the Lions, but you had picked. I know you're probably joking here, but you had picked 27-24 Lions, and Al picked 23-21. So he was closer. Too many Lions. I know, MK. I was amazed when I saw the crowd shots. So, Tampa fans can't be doing that. Tom says he's not going to lose to a shoe salesman. Okay, you had the Lions to win. Yeah. In the first half, we held them, right up until about 2 minutes before the half. We were going toe to toe with them, and then they got that touchdown, which don't even get me started on that. And pretty much from then on, it seemed like we had more breakdowns. They made a few mistakes, not many though, not many. They're just a really good, disciplined football team, and we swung with them. That first half, man. First half looked good. What's up, T-Nose? That's running game. I know, right? You're expecting something to pop off eventually. I have had Rachaad White in my fantasy team. I've started him every week in my flex, just hoping that eventually it's going to pop off. But it don't seem to matter who we got back there. They just haven't figured it out yet. And Canales said that with Seattle, it took them quite a long time to get the run game down. And every time they had a piece that they had to readjust, like a new offensive lineman and a new running back and everything, he said it generally took 5 to 6 weeks before they could get it going again. So I'm not giving up on Rachaad White in this run game yet. I'm giving him 2 more weeks. That's it, before I'm going to start complaining. Roll out there because everyone's going to try and block his passes now. I know they had 3 batted passes from the line of scrimmage. Joe, what's up? Joe says, put the creamsicles back in the closet. Yep. Don't bring them out for another 10 years. Kate thinks depth is the team's big problem. I was kind of happy with the defensive line depth we had, rotation there. It was nice seeing Cansey. He was doing some stuff. Tryon, man, I just don't know what to say about that. Coach seems happy with him. Coach was very happy with him today. But if we look at the snaps, we've got Dean, White, Davis, David, and Winfield all played 100%. That's normal of the defensive snaps. But then right behind them was Ryan Neal. He played 96% of the snaps. He played 67 out of 70 defensive snaps. That's way too many defensive snaps. We'll get to that in a second. But then right behind him was Tryon. Tryon was on the field 73% of the time. 51 snaps. Now, I don't dislike Tryon, but he's not our best pass rusher, outside linebacker. So why is he getting so many snaps? Barrett in here was 64%, but he was dealing with the illness. Vita ended up with 63%. That's good. Cansey got more than I expected. Cansey ended up with 57%. He got 40 snaps. Can't wait to look at that on game film. But then it just kind of fell off from there. Izzian, 37%, 53% of the snaps. Logan Hall only got 33%. Yaya Diaby, 43%, 30 snaps. And then Greg Gaines with only 34%. Green with only 16 snaps. Golston with only 15 snaps. And then Zion McCullum, who we've all been singing the praises of, he only got 2 snaps in this game on defense. I don't know if I'm real happy with that personnel decision, but, it is what it is. MK, Shock didn't wake up hangover this morning. I know, me too. I did an instant reaction video. If you go watch it, that's Ralph. Let me put it to you this way. Molly said, hey, your instant reaction video's got a bunch of comments. You need to check them out today. And I went, I did an instant reaction video yesterday? That just lets you know. I partook of the libations. Happy Monday, Craig. As happy as it can be. I know. We're all getting our therapy in today. Yeah, Kate. That's the thing. The Lions are a good team. We saw it in all 22, and, we needed to bring our A game, and we didn't. We need Sean Tucker back. Yeah, Joe, Coach was asked about that today, why he's not getting any snaps. Keyshawn Vaughn's getting them. And Coach said that they had planned on Tucker getting some snaps, but the game started getting out of hand, so they got away from running and weren't able to get the third guy in there. Yeah, Al, I know. I'm being silly with Rachaad White starting him every week, but I figure he's going to pop off once, and it's going to be the 1 week I bench him, so I'm just not going to bench him. Yeah, we're going to get 67 likes, MK. Kate's already given up on Rachaad White. Lawrence, what's going on, man? Smash that like button. Creamsicles were the best part of the game. You know what I did not like about the creamsicles, though? Hard to read the numbers. That white on orange, I had a hard time being able to spot the numbers. That's what I look at. I always look at the numbers. Rampage. Frank Clark could help our edge rush. I'm anxious to see how our defensive line did. I was seeing we were getting penetration, and just Goff was just doing a great job of getting rid of the ball when he needed to and holding on to it when he didn't have, when we weren't getting pressure on him. He played a great game. Yeah, okay. That's the only benefit from this game, I guess. Ryan Neal cost us some big plays. Dude was bad yesterday. Yeah. He had I can't remember which game it was. I mean, it might have been week 1 or week 2. He had a really bad game. This one might be up there with it. the one touchdown pass, I don't really blame on him. I mean, that was a tough assignment for him, and he did get his hand in there. That was a great catch by that Williams or Wilkinson, whatever the guy's name was. I was actually very surprised that Neal got over there. It was a bad pass by Goff, but I'm not going to blame Neal for that one. He could have turned his head around. He could have tried a little bit harder, blah, 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 but he was there. He was there. But there was a couple of plays I saw with him where he was out of position or he missed tackles. Our tackling wasn't all that great yesterday. Yeah, Ryan Neal needs to be out there 9% of the time. Yeah, it really surprised me that McCullum wasn't out there that much. And Izzian, he plays strong safety. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't expect Neal to be out there as much. The Lions starters, yeah, you're looking at a lot of them, are up in the 70%. Right? Here's their defensive starters. You've got a defensive end, you've got a linebacker, you got another defensive end, defensive tackle, and a strong safety who all played over 70%. So they don't rotate near as much as we do. Hutchinson was out there. Look at that, 89%. But they only had 56 snaps too. It was 70 snaps for their offense, 56%, 56 snaps for our offense. Oh wait, I'm sitting here like I had this up on the screen. Okay, let's redo all that. So the Lions had all these guys playing at least 70% on defense. So they had defensive tackles, defensive ends playing, 80, 90%, strong safety, linebacker. But Hutchinson played 89%. But then again, like I said, they only had 56 snaps on defense. We had 70. That's a big difference. Big difference. Nelson is better than JTS. I'm not going to argue. What's up, Russ? I'm not going to argue with that. He was hurt, though. Nelson didn't play. Al says, here's my big question so far at the third quarter mark. Why are we not running to the outside ever? Dave Canales actually touched on that now. Once or twice a game would be nice, yeah. More on Godwin. Yes, I know. Right, with the whole Godwin thing, Godwin was playing great yesterday. He was by far our best receiver. And as far as the Sean Tucker thing, the coach talked about that in his press conference yesterday or today. One of them. I watched both of them, but he said they planned on having Sean Tucker out there too, but the game just got away from him, and they weren't able to put him in. As far as running to the outside, yeah, once or twice a game would be nice. But Canales says he doesn't like to run to the outside because he doesn't like the run game to go horizontal. He likes it. He likes to draw the linebackers in so that you've got the space behind them for play action. So, because he was asked last week, I can't remember, but anyhow, against the Eagles, they were basically like, you ran right up the middle. Or no, it was against the New Orleans. They're like, all you've done is run up the middle, run between the tackles all year long, or are you going to go to the outside, Andy? And he was like, it's not in their game plan. They just don't have it. It's not part of their concept. So we ain't going to see it. I like to toss it, some sweeps, just a few every now and then. Well, Kate, I thought if we brought our A game and they brought their A game, then we could edge them out because we had a bye week and we were playing on natural grass, which the Lions, in theory, don't play as well on. So I thought those two things right there would give us an edge. It didn't. Way too many first down runs. It felt too similar to last year. Yeah, Yeah, the whole running game, it just not being good, feels very similar to last year. Kate celebrated the day with orange soda, vanilla ice cream, and vodka floats all game. Man, that sounds good. I actually had vodka and orange drinks yesterday too. That's interesting. I normally can't drink fruity drinks, and I only drank 2, but that was to start the day off. Lucas, what's going on? They need to bench Neal and start Delaney. I can't argue with that either. We're going to have to look at it on the All-22, though. I don't want to blow the guy up just yet. I mean, some of the stuff I saw out there didn't look good, but we'll see. Joe's ready to let go of Evans. Yeah, it's been frustrating this year. He's had way too many games where he's just kind of dropped the ball, literally. Good, MK. Go to the Falcons game this Sunday, and we're going to win this one. Yeah, that's right. Evans did take the game over a few games ago. What happened to Winfield? He's been on fire this season. Yesterday was invisible. They just stayed away from him. From what I could tell, they were very, very good with their play calling. So some math here to figure out if their players were playing less snaps than ours. What's up, Zachary? Tom says we have to find a running back. Tom, I don't know if anybody would be able to run. There's a concept that the running backs aren't understanding, and I don't know what it is. I think they're getting up too close to the line before they're making their decision. In the zone defense or the zone runs, you need to cut a lot sooner than these guys are doing it. You need to decide where you're going to go a lot sooner. And they're like running up to the line and trying to hide behind the line and then making their decisions or getting up in that mix. I agree with you, Zach. Well, Mike Evans ain't worth $25 million a year. He's just he wasn't yesterday, that's for sure. Need more motion runs to Tompkins. Yeah, we played very conservative yesterday, and that surprised me. But they did too. Neither one of us really did any tricky stuff. Godwin and the O-line were pretty good. Yeah, the O-line I thought was pretty decent. I haven't made up my mind on Baker yet. I mean, y'all know how I am when it comes to quarterbacks overthrowing receivers. If it's 20 yards or plus, it's almost impossible for a quarterback to overthrow a receiver, in my opinion. It's the receiver's job to get up under the ball. And from what I saw, the receivers failed him. As a matter of fact, I think the receivers were the worst part of the game for us. I counted 12 times the receivers failed, whether it be dropping balls or not trying really hard and stuff. But 12 times. And there was only 36 passes. So a third of the time, the receivers failed, if you ask me. We'll look at it on all 22 and see if that's what the truth is. The O-line, I want to play this. I saw this came out earlier, and this is Gedeke. Every Gedeke play against Hutchinson. And Gedeke dominated. But what I saw was Cody Mock was not doing well. And I saw that during the game, too. He looked like the weakest link in our offensive line. Here's 67. Here's 97. So we'll go ahead and play through this. I can't rewind it and stuff. But if you watch Cody Mock, too, he just gets beat. He got beat right there. And then let me pause this. Here's Gedeke. Here's Hutchinson. And then, again, Gedeke, Hutchinson. See, Mock got beat right there. Let me see if I can rewind this. Okay, here's Gedeke, Hutchinson. But then right here, Cody Mock, he gets beat. You know, and these are just the plays showing Gedeke and Hutchinson. But overall, I think our offensive line did pretty good. They did really good at batting the ball down there. I haven't got the All-22 yet. This was just put out about an hour ago, well, about 2 hours ago. So it's somebody who has special access. Boom. Oh, man. He got laid out there. And Gedeke got beat, or Mock got beat there too. So I wasn't too upset with the offensive line yesterday. Yeah, Al, I agree with you. But Canales was just flat out, you know, it's not part of their game. Your dad, MK's dad started Detroit as a beep chant. That's funny. What's up, Z? Mike is asking for $28 million. Yeah, you know, B's Productions in the house. You need a Tuesday therapy session? Yes. Oh, you know, Kate, I didn't even notice the high snaps. Huh. Hopefully you'll be here for the All-22 and you can remind me to look out for that. I might notice it on the All-22. Yeah, too many missed tackles too. I agree with that. There you go, MK. Stay through the whole game every time. I always do, man. I don't understand people that leave early. Mike's OPI in the red zone. Bucs gave away free creamsicle bucket hats. Oh, that's cool. All the stunts on the right side are versus Mock and Hainsey. So that's why Gedeke has been burned less often than last year, and why Hainsey is looking worse than last year. Okay, well, let's keep it we'll keep an eye on that with the All-22. Because you might be correct. I do feel like teams are zeroing in on those two guys. On Mock and Hainsey. Huh. I didn't notice that, Kate. But I really wasn't watching. I was just like trying to enjoy the game. I wasn't trying to analyze it, you know. Bucs had some fire cars when entering the stadium, yeah? People all geared up. They had some interesting, the NFL.com had an interesting takeaways from the game. It says here, Montgomery suffered a Detroit totaled just 40 rush yards. That was pretty good. That Carlton Davis too. Where was he at? Besides getting blocked out of his cleats, that was tough, man. That was rough to watch. They just out physical. They didn't turn the ball over. Detroit didn't. Detroit has put up 350 plus yards in every game so far. Buccaneers got into Detroit territory only 3 times on Sunday. Tampa Bay gained only 251 yards with 69 of those coming on the final possession. That one interception, the first one, in like the first 5 minutes of the game, I think it was our second drive where the ball got batted. That was tough, but it was impressive of our defense that we held them to a field goal there. Now, see here, they're saying Baker Mayfield overthrew Trey Palmer twice. I don't know if I agree with that, man. I don't know. Detroit held it for the fourth time this season. Detroit's held its opponents to 20 points or fewer, and 3 of those games have come on the road. The Lions had only 1 sack on Sunday. We had 3. They covered and tackled well. Bucs rookie defensive tackle Kalijah Kancey generated 6 pressures on 28 pass rushes in his second career game, tied for the most pressures by a rookie defensive tackle in a game over the past 5 seasons. Kancey averaged a 2.37 second time to pressure against the Lions. That's fast. That's according to Next Gen Stats. NFL Research says the Lions extended their NFL best streak and franchise record long streak by producing 20 or more points for the 15th straight game. That's impressive. With the 49ers streak of scoring 20-plus ending on Sunday, the second longest current streak belongs to the Chargers with 7 straight games of 20 or more. So, it's quite impressive by the Lions. Gotta hand it to him. What's up, Yeltsin? Where are we at? Clack's in the house. Joe don't like running on first and second now. We got to keep him honest, though, you know. This was actually the most unbalanced game we've had all year in run. I think we had like 16 runs to 37 pass attempts. So this was by far our worst balanced game. Time of possession was 36 minutes and 30 seconds for the Lions and 23 minutes, 30 seconds for the Bucs. That's bad. That is bad, bad, bad. Our rushing game was almost the same. They got 40 yards. We got 46 yards. But we averaged more yards per carry. Yeah, Craig, you're talking about, what was it, that fade to Mike Evans near the goal line? Yeah, I didn't understand that one either. We just couldn't run the ball. Oh, Clack, you got to go to the game? MK was there too. Yeah, well, Kate, I've been surprised that there hasn't been more snap issues. You know, anytime you've got a quarterback and a center, it usually takes them weeks to get the feel right, because they're all different. Yeltsin's seen enough of Rachaad White. Yeah, we've been in there talking about it. You know, but Yeltsin, I don't think it's not just White. You know, anytime they put Sean Tucker in there or Keyshawn Vaughn, or when we put Chase Edmonds in there, they weren't doing anything either. They asked Coach today if he was going to look on the free agency and see if they could pick up a running back. And he was like, nope, we're happy with what we got. Put Kyle Trask in for a quarterback. He's tall. Kate, that's how I felt. Trey slowed down. Or, you know, he didn't adjust to get under him like he was supposed to. You know, that's 9 times out of 10, it's not the quarterback overthrowing. You know, unless it's a go route and you can see, you know, the quarterback actually overthrows a guy that's running full speed down. And then you could say quarterback overthrew him. But, when you're going across the field or, you're running a route that's, you're open, you got a lot of open space in front of you and you're not blazing down the field as fast as you can in one, parallel to the football. It's your job once that ball's in the air, it's your job to look at it and adjust to get up under it. And way too many times, receivers don't do it, especially newer receivers. Yeah, Clack, everybody's in here complaining about Neal. Bench him. And he ended up playing, he was our second, he was on the field 96% of the snaps. So 67 out of 70 snaps. Neal was out there. Don't know what to think about that. Okay, I saw guys on TV holding up a sign that said, pay Mike Evans. I was like, I wonder if that's MK. Rampage. You out, man? All right, brother. Take it easy. We're going to talk bad about you when you're gone. Double, what's going on? They killed us with the screens because we blitz so much. We have to get pressure with the front four. They're very, very good, Double, at play calling. It's like no matter what you do, they're going to counter it. They did a little bit of everything. And if we wouldn't have blitzed, the plays we didn't blitz, Goff sat back there and sliced us up like a surgeon. Beast won a giveaway from the Bucs for a replica helmet. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Yeah, Kate. Yeah, there was one I saw where he didn't hold his arms out at all. And was it the one in the end zone? Because he was yelling for a penalty from the ref before the ball even got there. Never put his arms out. And as he was going to the ground after the ball had already hit, he's looking at the refs with his arms out like this. I was like, dude, you got to catch the ball before you can complain to the refs. At least try to catch it. Yeah, Al. 3-4 defenses. Yeah, the Lions played some of their defensive line guys more than you would expect. They didn't rotate them as much. See you, Rampage. Yeah, Double. We definitely, we're going to have to look at all 22. I got a lot that I complain about, but I hate to complain about stuff, and then you look at all 22 and you go, well, I was totally wrong on that. I don't want to crap on guys, but like Carlton Davis, where was he? I saw him missing tackles, and we all saw that play where he got blocked out of his cleats, and just. They were playing too far off the ball. Don't know. But Gedeke held 97 Hutchinson. That was impressive. I mean, Hutchinson, I don't even think he got near the quarterback the whole game. And why was McCollum? McCollum only got 2 snaps. I mean, we've all been talking about how great he's been playing this year. He got less snaps than Izzian did. Izzian got 37 snaps. McCollum got 2. I don't know, man. And then you're going to have Ryan Neal out there for, 67 snaps? Yeah, Jake Camarda did great. He had one bad punt. The rest of them were spot on. Yeah, our special teams did good at that aspect. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that one, Kate. I wrote some of them down. Let's see, he had one in the first quarter, 13-12 in the first quarter. Palmer. And then 153 in the second quarter, deep for Palmer. And then 10:52 in the third quarter, deep for Palmer. And then 164 in the fourth quarter. That was the one. That was the one in the end zone when he was looking at the refs. So we'll have plenty to look at. Every quarterback outside of Fields could tear up our soft zone coverage. I don't understand it either. You know, our cornerbacks are good enough. We need to be playing press man. If it was up to me, I'd be like the Falcons. Press man every down. And throw in some zone every now and then, but man. Yeah. There was enough blame to go around everybody on this. On the play calling, the offense, the receivers, the defense, the tackling, the coverage. You know, I said that we brought our B game. It was probably more like a B minus. NFL scripted like WWE. It makes you wonder sometimes. Yeah, Todd Bowles definitely the type of guy. He gets his favorites and he's going to play them no matter what. You know, and if he doesn't like you or doesn't trust you, you ain't going to see a whole lot of time. I think you're probably right with McCollum. And, you know, I mean, Bowles might not be wrong there because McCollum's really messed up in years past, but this year he's played great. So, you know, you got to give him his opportunities. Yeah, that's a good point, Al. We'll have to watch that in all 22. See when Montgomery went out. Beast, can we please play preseason type games? You know, I swear, Rachaad White in that third preseason game, he just ran totally different, and he was playing great. I don't understand why he's not running like that. Yeah, you know, yeah, Kate, there was a lot to be proud of in this game. I think we, like you said, we were in it all the way up to the halftime, you know, and then they were worried. I mean, we were playing tough football, and you know, they had a tough time with our defense. I think our offense, they didn't do as the Lions didn't dominate our offense like they want. I think we shot ourselves more in the foot on offense than it was that the Lions beat us. Although, you know, they caught a great defensive game. They were getting some penetration, but you know, and they had great coverage on our guys. But there was just way too many times we shot ourselves in the foot. Them batting the passes down though, that was 3 plays right there that really killed us. Kate Kate says Leftwich's game Kate Wich's poor play calling last year proves that the NFL is not scripted. Said no writer is that bad. Ooh, put Bowles as defensive coordinator and Canales as head coach. Yeah, I doubt if Bowles would go with that. But I was talking with Molly yesterday, and I was like, I don't think Canales is going to be here long. We might get him for another year, but I think he's going to be head coach. He's learning as he's going, but it's mainly his people skills. I think, and the head coach, I think, is more about people management than it is anything else. And I think he's a very good people manager. No problem, Yeltsin. Yeah, Al, right, right. But it was the way Rashad was running. It wasn't the opponents. It was the way he was running. He was running differently. He was running much more aggressively. Yeah, I thought the offensive O-line looked pretty good, and Detroit's got a pretty good defensive line, and I think they did real good holding them. But like I said, from what I saw, Mock was the weakest link in the chain. He got beat more than I was happy with. So we'll see on all 22. But that's what I saw. Al doesn't think Canales is doing that great. I really like Canales. He's not been as dynamic as I thought he was going to be, but it might just be he's working into it and everything. He's been much more conservative than I was expecting or like. But I do like him as a person. It seems like he's really brought something to this team, and I don't know if it's him or if it's Baker. But I tell you what, yesterday after the game, Canales did not do a press conference, and he hasn't done one today either. But Baker Mayfield did a press conference yesterday after the game, and I did not like what I saw. He looked very depressed. He was cussing. He seemed kind of morose, pessimistic. I did not like his attitude at all. It was almost, I don't want to say pouty, but it's like, dude, you can't be that. You can't be a leader like that. I didn't like it. So I hope we don't see that going forward with Baker Mayfield. But that's what I like about Canales is he's very positive and being selfish. I like his press conferences because he gives you a lot of information, Yeah, Canales is a good people person. Yeah. Jacko, what's up, brother? Is he still on the team? Yeah, we're all sitting here complaining about him. But, let's hold off till we see the all-22, man. I can't tell you how many times I blamed the guy after watching the broadcast, and then you look on the all-22 and it wasn't his fault, especially safeties. Safeties always get crapped on because they're usually the last guy over there, and it looks like they've blown coverage or something. But, he did have – we saw on the all-22, I think it was week 1, where Ryan Neal looked like total dog doo-doo. So it wouldn't surprise me if Ryan Neal was the weak link in the chain on defense. Definitely pouty, yeah. Well, he was definitely honest, Kate. He was up there cussing, and when they asked him about that hit out of bounds on Hutchinson, that should have been a penalty. And I get so aggravated. If you're going to have these penalties, be consistent with them. I don't like them. I don't like the penalties, but you can't call them sometimes and then not call them other times. It's like when we played the Jets, back when Geno Smith was their quarterback. Levante David hit Geno Smith before he was out of bounds. And it cost us the game because it gave them a first down and all this good stuff. And they ended up scoring. And I was so mad because I was like, he wasn't out of bounds when Levante David made contact with him. And, it wasn't like Levante David like pushed him hard and all that good stuff. And then like that same year, there was a play where, I can't remember who it was, hit Kaepernick when Kaepernick was 3 yards out of bounds. They didn't flag that. And, sometimes they'll flag hits, sometimes they won't. And in this instance, Baker, it looked to me like he had 1 foot out of bounds when Hutchinson hit him, And I'm just like, look, be consistent with these calls. That's all I'm asking for. Or get rid of them. Aggravates me. But anyhow, they asked Baker about that. And he was like, he said, I can't say anything because I don't want to get in trouble with the refs. Can't talk bad about the refs. But he was like, there weren't some good calls out there. MK says we're still going 10-7. Wait, I thought you said 12-5. We need Brady and Gronk back. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jameis used to get hit all the time. Yeah, and Joe, another thing, Jameis used to get hit in the helmet a lot, and they wouldn't call it. It was weird. It's like some quarterbacks they do, some they don't or whatever. But I probably got at least a dozen video clips of Jameis Winston getting hit in the head and them not calling. It used to happen to him all the time. I remember one time we were playing against Dallas, and Jameis Winston rolls out, and he goes to throw a pass, and I can't remember who it was, but a defensive guy come up behind him and clubbed him in the head. I mean, hit him in the head. Like this. Wham! And, Jameis Winston was throwing the ball, and it kind of came out errant, and, of course, was an interception. But I'm like, how in the world did they miss that? I mean, he literally hit him in the head with his closed fist. It's got to suck spending your whole life learning to throw a football, and then it's a problem that you don't know how to do a press conference. Yeah. I miss the old school days where, kind of like with NASCAR and hockey and football, these guys would do press conference. They'd get up there, they'd cuss, they'd spit, they'd smack the trophy girls on the butt and all that stuff. It was like, you got to be a certain way now. You got to pee up. You got to be media savvy. Yeah. It's like, man, I miss the days when they were just a bunch of doofuses. Yeah. Craig, I I know every team says that about refs and their team, but for a fact, I keep records when I do my all 22, and I keep records of uncalled penalties. And for a fact, the Buccaneers are 9 out of 10 times the opposing team gets away with many more penalties than we do. And sometimes a lot of penalties. Kate says 12-5. What's up, 90? 90 Dion. You said, man, I thought we would have had way more sacks with Cansey, JTS, Barrett, and Vea on the field together on those 3rd and longs. Very disappointing. Cansey was very disruptive all day yesterday. Yeah, they said according to his the stats, what was it? Next gen stats, that he generated 6 pressures on 28 pass rushes, and he tied for the most pressures by a rookie in a game over the past 5 seasons. And he averaged 2.37 second time to pressure against the Lions. That was Cansey. So I'm excited to watch him on the all 22. And he ended up with 40 snaps. So 57% of the time, we'll get to watch Cansey. That'll be fun. Well, you know, Deion, the problem is Goff is just so good at getting the ball out. You know, if you blitz him, he's going to get the ball out. If you don't blitz him, he's going to stand back there until he can slice you up. He's just one of those quarterbacks. He's a pocket passer, you know, really good one. But we did get 3 sacks, though. Cool weather in Tampa. Yeah, I almost put a long sleeve shirt on today. It's a little chilly. Yeah, Al, you know, consistency is what bothers me the most about refs. You know, because different ref groups, ref teams call games differently, and coaches have to learn that. You know, some crews call holding. You know, some crews don't call pass interference as much. You know, so forth and so on. I wish they'd be more consistent. You know, I used to try and keep track of it, but every year they change the crews, and it just becomes a pain trying to figure out. I just don't have the patience, I guess. I got too many other things to keep track of. But yeah, like to me, it looked like a penalty. You know, Hutchinson hit him. You know, he definitely made contact through him being out of bounds. I don't know when he made contact first, but yeah, Baker was pretty upset about it. He said he got all cut up on it from hitting the stuff on the sideline. Jacko says Baker's not the long-term answer at quarterback. Woo, coming in hard on Baker. Lucas, 100% agree with you. You know, especially yesterday, it was obvious. It was obvious Godwin was the man. And, you know, they kept throwing it to Trey and Tompkins and Evans. And I'm like, what are you doing? That's what they did with Brown. You know, on their side, he had 12 targets. We had, let me see. Look at this targets with the offense. Okay. St. Brown was targeted 15 times. 15 times. Godwin was targeted 7 with 6 receptions. Look at this. Evans was targeted 10 times, only had 4 receptions. But that's not as bad as this. Look at this. Palmer targeted 7 times, only got 2 receptions. I mean, this right here, that should have been equal to this. He only got 7 targets in that game. That's a shame. But look at this. Laporta had 11 targets, only had 4 receptions. Levante did pretty good shutting him down, I thought. He had a couple that got away. Target Evans in the long passes. Target Godwin close range screening. Yeah, you know, use Evans as the nuclear option. I'm excited to see Cansey. Okay, you know, because like I said, the first game we got 11 snaps with him, and he showed some really exciting stuff. So tomorrow we'll get to see how many snaps did I say? 40 some. Goff was very impressive. Yeah, he was. He's a very good pocket passer. Kate believes in Baker. You out, Beast? All right, brother. We will catch you tomorrow. Let's bring AB back. Tom, stop. Yeah, Lucas, I did not understand it. Both Tompkins and Palmer showed that they were just not. They were not the answer yesterday, but they kept going to him. Between the two of them, they had 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They had 11 targets and 4 catches. You just can't win like that. Yes, Dad. 13 minutes more and like 20 snaps more. It was 70 snaps to 56. So they had 24 more snaps than we did. Or is that 14? What am I looking at? I can't do math right now. 14 more snaps. That's a lot. We didn't have that many possessions, but the ones we did, and they were punts. We just couldn't move the ball. We were 2 of 13? 2 of 12 on third down. They were 9 of 16. We only got 2 third down conversions out of 12 attempts. Baker Mayfield did end up with that hand contusion, though. Cut on his hand. And then Bowles had his press conference, and I think it was like 5 minutes long. Do not like his press conferences. He just don't learn a lot. He just does a lot of coach speak. I do like it. He gets sassy with the media, though. But we just made more mistakes than they did yesterday. And not to take anything away from them, it wasn't like we were shooting ourselves in the foot the whole game. I mean, they played good football. But, if we would have caught half the passes, like I said, I counted 12 passes that were the wide receiver's fault for not catching. And we would have caught half of those at 6. It would have been a much different game. A lot of those were on third downs, too. Tough to deal with. Seeing like Mike Evans on a third down, it was like a 3rd and 11, ball right in his hand, and he drops it. He had 2 of those yesterday. AB just got arrested. He is such a doofus, man. Yeah, Tom, I know. Yeah, the 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 2, and we threw passes. One was a fade to Mike Evans, and the other one, I can't remember. But it was like, what do you? I mean, I understand the run game ain't going anywhere, but man. Yeah, we'll have to look at that on the All 22, Dion. It did seem like Baker was kind of panicking, and he was really trying to go deep a lot when he didn't have to. Oh, yeah, Lucas, yes. When we punted at the end of the game, I think there was like 12 minutes left in the 4th quarter. And I think we were on our 40, 45 or something. In short yard, it was just go for it, man. Go for it. 16 quarterbacks got better passing yards per game than Baker Mayfield, huh? Tom says we need to sign AB, a bail bondsman, a team of lawyers, and some shrink. I don't want that dude anywhere near our facility, man. That's funny. Todd Bowles' defense. Let's blitz and play a loose zone behind it so Goff has plenty of outs. I was too, Kate. He was something not right with him. He was such a I don't want to say crazy person, but definitely a locker room disruptor. Let's resign Allstott. That'll fix the run game. Could you imagine seeing him? What is he, like 50 years old now? Be out there. He'd probably still run better than what we're doing. Eesh. Eesh. Oh, man. That was a tough loss. Especially after we're playing really good in the first half. And they were also getting lucky. The balls bounced their way, literally, quite a few times. Like Vita Vea caused that fumble. He popped it right out. The ball bounced, and the running back was able to jump on top of it. It's stuff like that. Like we had a tipped pass that went up in the air. Our guys weren't able to intercept it. They had Ryan Neal, he got his hand in there on that touchdown and just wasn't able to knock it out. There was a lot of things that went their way, but that's football. You gotta overcome it. We just weren't able to. And it was so hard going into this game, knowing that we could have won it. And then just, I don't want to say laying a turd because it wasn't really that bad, but you just feel like we did not play good. Not play as good as we wanted to or could have. This is a box score. Oh, here it is. So, yeah, all the way up until, I think it was 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes and 49 seconds. It was tied up, 3-3. And then they got that touchdown. And it just seems like we kind of lost it. We came out, we looked hectic, I thought, the second half. Amon-Ra played great, though. He was kicking some nice punts. It would have been nice for him not to have to punt so much, though. Good question, 90 down. If that pump fake was necessary. Huh. We will have to look at that on the game film. I'm excited about the All-22 as well. It's weird. I always like the games that we lose more on All-22. It's a weird, I think it's a mental thing, because it keeps me from being so depressed because I've got something to look forward to. Like, I want to see why we lost. Todd Bowles, 4th and 2. We don't want to take a chance. We might lose by 17 instead of 14. Yeah. I love Amon-Ra. I think he's a weapon that is overlooked. And then they had this drive right here. They got the ball right here. Oops. This whole drive. Right here. They got the ball with 10 minutes and 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and we didn't get it back until 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. And that really hurt us. We needed 2 touchdowns at that point. But they were able to just dink and dunk this ball. Look at it. 6 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, 4 yards, 8 yards, 8 yards, 8 yards, -3 yards, 12 yards, incomplete, and 1 yard. And then we sacked Goff. You can't see. See, now that's what you want to do. That's a 3rd and 9. You get a sack. That's when you want to sack people, third down. So I'm excited to see what Kancey brings. So we get the ball with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. We got to get 2 touchdowns. And then we kept throwing incomplete passes. Very annoying. It is the box score on Pro Football Reference. Let me see if I can post a link in chat. I don't know if I'm allowed. You feel we learn more when we lose from the film? Yeah, I did too. Makes 100% sense to me. Yeah. Yeah. When we win, a lot of times I'm looking at the other team to see what they did to mess up, Same here, Kate. I've got a video that I'm in the process of doing about Camarda because he's much more than just a kicker, than a punter. He's like the Pat McAfee. Cade had 2 targets. Ow. Yeah, he got blowed up blocking at least twice, that I say. And, he's really been on point with his blocking this year. I mean, there's a vastly huge difference than last year. Yeah, he got targeted twice and had 1 reception for 15 yards. Yeah. But he got blowed up twice in blocking, which, he's been blocking great this year. So I'm very interested to see what happened there. One time he got hit. It was real neat. The defender, they engaged, and the defender hit him really up high on his pads, and caused Otten to stand up straight. And then the defender hit him in the chest and knocked him back into the running back. It was really neat. It was pretty cool, 1-2. Yeah, Al. Yeah, you're right. Yep. We played soft coverages. That's going to be so annoying to watch on All 22. We're all going to be screaming at the screen, "What are you doing?" Kate is for the brand. I don't know, Al. That's just how my page shows up. It's got all the stats. I normally do this. This is the official game book. But you have to wait a day before. The game book's ready almost immediately after the game. National Football League game summary. But the snap counts down here at the bottom usually don't come in until the next day. So I usually wait till Monday to download it. D, what's up? Oh yeah, that punt scramble last year. That was so awesome. That was by far the best special teams play of the year, I thought. God, because I thought for sure he was going to mess up really bad. But man, that was a beautiful play. I forgot about that. Yes, D. Yes. I think that's what I was trying to say earlier. It's frustrating, because definitely that Philadelphia game, we lost that game. They didn't beat us. This game, I kind of feel half and half with it. We definitely shot ourselves in the foot a lot. I think Baker was a little frustrated. Our receivers did not play well. The defensive play calling wasn't that good, I don't think. But, Detroit played a good game. They beat us. So I think it's half and half. They beat us and we beat ourselves. But, I'm not trying to take anything away from Detroit. I said we had to bring our A game to have a chance to beat those guys. And we brought our B- game. Love the Bucs no matter what. Yes, yes, yes. Jay, what's going on? Mike is killing us with these drops. I know, right? And he's wanting $28 million a year. Yeah. I love Mike Evans too. But you got to catch those easy balls. Just that one he dropped. It was in the first quarter, I want to say too, and it was a 3rd and 12. He laid it right in his hands, and he just drops it. I was like, are you serious? We're going to do this again? But, sometimes he'll have a dropped pass, and then he'll come back on fire, and he just never did in this game. And then it seemed like it infected the rest of the receivers, except Chris Godwin. What's up, Shadowban? Salute. Evans doesn't have his heart in the Bucs no more. You can just tell by his body language. Man, I hope that's not true. Yeah, he had quite a few drops on thirds down yesterday. Our third down conversion was absolute garbage. We only converted 2 out of 12, right? Yeah, 2 out of 12. They converted 9. Mike dropped 7 balls when Jameis was a rookie against the Giants. Still had 140 yards. Yeah, he didn't do that this game, though. Did not do that this game. Normally I wouldn't have a problem with, just keep shoveling the ball at Mike's direction, but not when you had Godwin that was catching everything you threw at him. He missed the one that skipped off the ground. It was a bad pass. I think Baker got hit when he threw it. But other than that, he caught every ball that came his way. So we just should have kept, and it was real quick to see that Godwin was the dude. Just keep throwing him the ball, but they didn't. Oh, that's a good point, Mike. Well, yeah. Mike with his hamstring, maybe it's still hurting him. Michael Clayton. I've got a Michael Clayton jersey. No, Deon, I was not impressed with the play calling on either side of the ball. I think we were much more conservative. We've been playing too conservative this year, and I know Canales has got a playbook and he needs to open it up. But I think he's just kind of scared, and the Lions played conservative yesterday. I mean, they usually do some razzle dazzle, but they were very conservative. I think they didn't. Our defense is very smart, and they knew they probably weren't going to trick us, so they just decided to hit us with the precision game. It worked for them. But no, I wasn't happy with the play calling on either side of the ball. Yeah, very, very conservative. Yeah, Zach, I don't understand it either. Like I said with Bowles, a lot of times I feel, and I'm dead honest with this. Because for years I've tracked his play calling, and I think he literally pulls plays out of a hat. Because sometimes it just doesn't make any sense. It'll be like a 3rd down and 2, and he'll call it cover 3, soft zone. You're like, what are you doing? It's like, you're not even trying to stop him. I don't get it sometimes. I really don't. And the only thing I can come up with is that, he consults a magic 8 ball or pulls the plays out of a hat just to try to make sure that he doesn't have any tendencies that coaches can pick up on or something. Don't know. But, some of those third down calls, I was just like, what are you doing? Are you even trying? But also, our defense was very tired. There was a couple of plays towards the end there on that last drive they had. They got it with 10 minutes left or something like that, and they kept it for like 7 minutes. We're like 7 minutes off the clock. Our defense was very tired. We blitzed one time. We had 2 extra guys come in, so we brought in 6, and they looked so slow. And they didn't really even try. It was just like, ugh. I was like, yeah, our defense is tired. Second string quarterbacks. How about that guy for the Bears yesterday? Poor guy. Was it the Bears? Is that what I'm thinking of? Or was it Baltimore? I can't remember. He come in. That was tough. Quarterbacks. I don't know, man. I'm still down with Baker. He got a little frazzled yesterday. I really can't think of one. That I'd be excited to get. In fact, I'm going to look real quick. I mean, unfortunately, Kyle Trask, he's good, but he's a pocket passer, and he's just not going to work in this offense. Who did look good was yesterday was oh my gosh, he's been in the league forever. Tyrod Taylor. Is that who I'm thinking of? Tyson Bagent. And then they got Nathan Peterman, who is probably the worst quarterback that's ever played the game. So that's the Chicago Bears. Yeah, that Tyson Bagent, he got it in there yesterday and just, poor guy, man. He immediately got the welcome to the NFL moment. I'm trying to think. Malik Willis. Trevor Lawrence is hurt, apparently. He's like getting an MRI today. Gardner, he played Gardner Minshew, Jacksonville, right? Yesterday. Case Keenum, I used to like him, but he's Baker Mayfield 2.0. Jaron Hall with Minnesota. That's all they got behind Kirk Cousins is Jaron Hall, a rookie. That's scary. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anybody. What do y'all think? Tyrod with the Giants. Jones is so bad. Yeah. Was Daniel Jones, was he hurt or something? I saw he was on the sideline. I was like, man, they just don't want him getting that sack record. That's all. Yeah, I like Trask, but he's just not gonna. He looks so bad in this system. He's very awkward running around. I don't know, Al. Why Dean plays so far back sometimes, I do not know. I don't know if they're trying to bait him, because Dean supposedly got that speed, that closing speed. So I don't know. It is aggravating, though, to watch it. Especially when you're sitting there screaming at the TV. You're like, he's 10 yards off the ball. They only need 3 yards. He's going to catch it. They're going to throw it to him. He's going to get the ball. And sure enough, it happens. I can't tell you how many times that's happened. Yeah, that first play was a fumble. Yeah, he ran out, scrambled outside. I felt so bad for that dude. Worst case scenario, it gets us closer to Caleb. We're not getting Caleb Williams. Is he going first overall? It seems that's the consensus. Oh, so it was the Colts. The Colts in Jacksonville played yesterday. That's a good thought, Kate. Trade Trask. Because we're never going to, he's not going to start for us. Not as long as we keep Canales. Really? Al would shut us down to get Caleb. Huh. Everybody says he's like generational quarterback. Yeah, that's true, Kate. We haven't had a chance to show Trask off, so it's not going to be like we can ask a lot for him. Shadow ban. Come on now. We can't go back to Jameis. For one, I'm not a big believer in bringing players back, because or coaches for that matter, because you get cut or fired, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and then you go back to that team, and you might tell yourself, "I'm not going to be resentful," but subconsciously, you're going to be resentful. That's kind of how I felt with Lovie Smith when he came back. We all see how that turned out. I was like, man, we should not have hired him. But Jameis, man, he was so exciting to watch. Neal hasn't made one single play all year. Is that true, Jay? Huh. You might be right. Now he's made some good tackles. I will say that. And I want to say he's got a sack or two. But you're probably right. I think it was week 1. He was so bad. Week 1, all 22, we were watching him. We were like, he doesn't know what he's doing out there. It's quite a few times he literally did not know what he was doing or what he was supposed to do. Winston and Mayfield can be like Greasy and Garcia in 2008. Ugh. Who I really liked was Sims. I thought Sims was going to be our quarterback for a decade. Then he got that ruptured spleen. That was just bad luck there, man. I liked him, though. Trask is an old rookie. I'm going to have to watch some of that Caleb because everybody talks about how great he is. Oh, I know. Jordan Whitehead, I was so upset when we got rid of him. That's the one I did not understand at all. Yeah, look what we're having to deal with now. If we had Whitehead, we wouldn't have to deal with Neal. Whitehead was a baller, man. He was a playmaker. Dang, we don't have 20 likes, MK? We are slacking. We have not been. Oh, yeah, we're at 20 right now. Man, I wish I had that game film right now. I bet it's dropping any second now. Let me see. Boop, boop, boo, do, 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 do. I wish I had connections and we get the good game film right away. Oh, it's out. Okay. Y'all want to watch some game film while we're standing here? We'll just fart around with it. We'll just pick and choose some plays, and then do the serious analysis tomorrow. Yep, here we go. We got it. Oh, man. That looks pretty. All right. Let's see. Pull up the play where Neil messed up. It should be easy to find because it's all of them. I bet that's what you're thinking. Yeah, it was the first touchdown, right? Or the second touchdown. I'll look it up here in a second. So you want us to do Al wants to do the last drive for the Lions? All right. Boop, boop, doo, 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 doo. Man. So hard to get this thing adjusted right. Got to be a better way to do this. Here we go. Here we go. Now I can't rewind it and everything, so I don't have it set up for that yet. So we're just going to boom. Don't that look pretty? Don't that look pretty? That's a nice looking field there. I like the helmet. That's some old school stuff. Okay. Let's see. We are trying to find the play where Neil gets beat. Oh, hold on. I want to watch that first touchdown too real quick. We'll hit that since we're going down the line. Because I say it looked to me like Levante David just kind of quit on this play. There we go. But like I said, I can't pause it, rewind it, and stuff. So. Let's see. Here's Levante right here. He screwed up in coverage. I'm pretty sure this is his guy across the middle. Yeah, right there. Okay, so he should make this tackle at least. Right, there's Levante. And then he slips, comes over here, he gets hit by number 8, and then he just kind of quits. See, he's standing there. Everybody else gets in his way. Didn't like that. Wasn't a big fan of that. He had a pretty good game, though. And at 23, here's Neal again, right? Let's see. Make that tackle. Nope. Oh, that's the one where 24 gets laid out. Eesh. And then why? How come he doesn't make the tackle? What happens here? He just get flat out beat? Yeah. That's 31, I bet. Yep. Huh. The Baker interception? Okay. Okay, so we got a touchdown. We're going to do the touchdown with Ryan Neal. Okay, we just did that one, the Zach. That's the one where Davis got pancake. We're going to do the one where Neal gets beat. The Baker interception, okay. Yeah, that's how I felt, Deion. Levante and Neal both could have got those. Could have got that tackle. Yeah, right, Al. I mean, they great play calling on Detroit's behalf. Okay, we're going to look at the interception. That was in the first quarter. Let me see. Okay. 10-12 in the first quarter. Yeah, he had Mike Evans wide open. Wide open. This was really tough for him, I think, for Mayfield, because he saw a touchdown. Oh gosh, look at Evans. Look, he was wide open. Man, wish I could rewind this. No. As good as I can get it. Rewinding. I was kind of rewinding a little bit, but it's really slow. My goodness. Yeah, see, here was a mistake on the Lions' part, and we did not capitalize on it. Looks like they bit on this screen, or this. They thought Mike was going to block. And then he just zoomed right past him. Ah, man. It was just that big old paw got up there. You see, Hainsey should have threw him to the ground. Whenever those defensive linemen jump up to bat the ball, the offensive line needs to throw him to the ground because they're off the ground. They're unbalanced. I mean, look at him. His feet are off the ground. You should just immediately toss him. Make them pay the price for that mess. Ugh. That one had to hurt. You go from, Baker Mayfield was thinking, this is a touchdown, to all of a sudden, Oh my gosh, they've got the ball in our red zone. That's just a crappy way to start the game, basically. Oh, that's right, that pump fake. Let me go back and look at that. Oh, it sure was, yeah. Because, yeah, Tompkins was out here and it brought everybody in right there. Yep, sure did. Man, I wish I could rewind this. Where's that pump fake? Right. Wait, I thought he pumped to Tompkins. He did kind of. I mean, he looked over at Tompkins, right there. And that brought in the safeties, or at least this one. But then and how long was this guy in the air that batted the ball down? Okay. He put his hand up twice. Okay, for both, for the pump and for the actual pass. Yeah. Yeah, Dan, I don't know if it would have been a touchdown. It should have been a touchdown, but the way Mike runs, he runs like a giraffe. A defensive lineman probably would have caught him, in 90 yards. Yeah, I think he was looking at. I think he looked over at Tompkins, and that brought the safety down. Then he went and he pumped to Otten, and then he threw it to Mike, or was going to throw it to Mike. But yeah, Mike is the slowest wide receiver. He just cracks me up when he's running. I mean, he's deceptively fast when he's doing his routes. We'll put in that second gear, but with the like when he catches a pass and he's got to run it, then he length of time. he looks so slow. Vita Vea probably runs faster than him. All right, what's up next? Yeah, that one hurt. That one hurt in many different ways. Oh, okay, the Ryan Neal one. All right, so boom. But our defense did a great job here holding that. I thought for sure they were going to get a touchdown on us. All right, third quarter. Man, 45-yard touchdown. Third quarter, 3:27, third quarter. This, to me, looked like bad defensive play calling on this one. But let's see. What did I say? 3:27, third quarter. All right. Here we go. Thanks, Nojo. Appreciate it, man. Hey, y'all got a great team. Oh, that's an ugly pass, too. Well, I knew it was short, but you see that thing wobbling? What happened? Yeah, come back, Nojo, tomorrow. We do the the real breakdown of the all 22. We're just messing around right now. Why does this ball come out so bad? Does he get hit? I don't think so. I think he just throws a really bad ball. Look at it. I think it's end over end almost. Okay. Let's watch it again. Okay, you can see there was some confusion going on. Neal was kind of yelling at Winfield. Levante is saying something to Neal. They're in a bunch over here. Let's go back. Okay, here's Neal. Here's Neal. See, he didn't look very pleased with whatever was going on there. And then he walked up almost right beside Levante. Now look, he's got to run all the way over here. Yeah. Huh. He's saying something to Levante right there. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Okay. They get in their formation. He sees it's a bunch. He said something to Winfield emphatically. It's kind of like almost like he's frustrated. Devontae turns around and says something to Neal, and then Neal comes walking up to Levante. He's talking to Levante as he's coming up there, like he's. Okay, let's watch this. Okay, here you go. Look, he's Levante turns around, says something to him. Then watch, he comes up to Levante like he's talking to him. See? And then boom, ball snaps. He's like, oh crap. I don't know. I think he was way out of position there. And that's what they were telling him. They were like, dude, you're not supposed to be this far over. All right, let me watch this again. I mean, if this was the actual play design, this is absolute garbage. You know, you're gonna have your strong safety covering a wide receiver over here, and he's gonna have to run all the way over here just to get in position. It doesn't make any sense. Do you think he was faking? Like he was coming up like he was going to blitz, or like he was not going to run? To me, it looks like they're. See, it looks to me like he's arguing right there. And Levante says something to him, and then he walks up. He's like walking up to Levante like he's chatting with Levante, and the ball snaps, and he's like, crap. Horribly, horribly underthrown ball. This should not have been a touchdown. It should have been an interception, honestly. I want to look at this ball. He just throws this duck and gets a touchdown with it. So I don't think he gets hit. No. He just throws a bad ball. Dang. Well, this was just all kinds of messed up. we blitz? Let me look at this. We drop Barrett back in coverage. We bring 29. No. Oh, we drop Tryon back into coverage. So we got two people covering. They flood the right side of the field in layers. So we've got two players. We got Dean and Tryon are totally wasted. They're not doing anything. They don't cover anybody. So all the action's on the right side of the field. Ugly throw. Yeah, so much there. If Neal would have turned around, that would have been an interception because that ball was a duck. And if that was the call, if that's how that play should have done, that was a bad call. But I don't think so. I think that Neal was out of position. Okay, let me look at chat, see what y'all got to say. Ooh, I'm way behind. Huh. So y'all think that was the play call. Biz Pearl, what's up? This should have been an interception. I did not realize that ball. I knew it was underthrown, but I didn't realize it was thrown that bad. Yeah, he got there in time. Neal did, but he didn't turn around. Goff didn't use a cadence there. Caught Neal off guard. Well, that Goff do stuff like that. He's a smart quarterback. Yep. Let's go back and look. All right. Oh, what an ugly pass. Dang it. That's a missed opportunity there. One more time. I say one more time, but we'll probably watch it 12 times. This is, of course, we're doing clicker coaching here, but I would have liked to have seen 24 right there. The ball's thrown. He turns around. Okay, here's 24. He's seen that the ball is thrown. Here's the ball right here going damn near end over end. I would like to have seen 24 try to get up under it, but he doesn't. He just kind of watches the play happen. At least try. You think that was a cover 1 with cover 4 look, huh? Oh, no. No, Joe, y'all won one playoff game since JFK was alive. I tell you, man, Philadelphia 49ers, although they both looked mortal yesterday, but those are two tough teams. Detroit, though, man, y'all are, by the end of the year, I think y'all will be just as good as them, barring injuries to Goff. It seems like y'all are just very, very foundationally good. Don't make mistakes, or very few mistakes. And you play very sound football, smart football, good play calling. Just you got a lot of positive stuff over there. Neal was way out of position. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it would have made more sense to drop. Yeah. I see what you're saying now. With the 49ers with their injuries yesterday, they did not look sharp. I've not been impressed with Neal this year, Ryan Neal. So I wouldn't be adverse to letting him ride some pine. If that's Winfield, he at least breaks that up. Yeah, yeah. Well, and Neal had his hand in there, but he just didn't do enough to dislodge it. So are we saying that it was Neal's fault, or are we saying it was bad play calling, or both? Bizpo. You're probably right. Goff is a large part of their success. And I don't know who is their backup. I just looked it up. Let me see. Teddy Bridgewater. Meh. Teddy Bridgewater can manage a game. But yeah, the Goff is a large reason for their success. So if he goes down, yeah, they probably won't make it far. They look like both, Deon. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm coming up with too. This is a combination of bad play call. Ryan was out of position, and Goff made a good decision there, but bad execution. That was a horrible pass. Horrible pass. It should have been an interception. That's so annoying. Clack says it was Neal. Okay. Yeah, Clack. I'm excited to watch Clancy tomorrow when we go through the all 22. I've been excited to watch him all season. It looked like he was so focused on catching up to him that when he slowed down, it threw him off. Yeah. Yeah, let's look at that again. Yeah, because if he was thinking straight, he would have turned around right there. Let me see that. So, boom. Oh, he almost ran him over, didn't he? Honestly, that was a great catch by the Lions there. You see, we weren't making catches like that. We should have made catches like that. We had opportunities, but we were dropping the ball. They were catching the ball. I think I counted. They had 3 dropped passes, but 2 of them happened on the same drive, and they were back to back. And I think it was the 2 plays right before this, actually, because whatever the 2 dropped passes were, the 3rd pass was for a touchdown. So here we go. I think this was a dropped pass. These are the 2 plays right before this. Yeah, drop pass there. Was Goff hurt or something? He's throwing these bad passes. right in his hands, though. So he drops a pass there. And then Laporta drops this pass. This is 2nd and 10. Boom, right in his hands. He drops it. So 2nd and 10. So then 3rd and 10, and we get this mess. So this is a 3rd and 10. They've had 2 dropped passes. Then he throws a duck, and it's a touchdown. See, we didn't get that luck. Our drop passes never culminated into anything. Our drop passes were on 3rd downs. The disguise hurt the players on the field. Yeah. Yeah, good point, Clack. If he would have gotten back there, because he did get there. If he would have been just 3 steps back in his starting position. All right, Craig. See if you can make it back tomorrow. We're going to break down the all 22. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, we got any other plays we want to watch? I know, Al, you wanted to watch the dink and dunks, but I'm going to have to get off here in just a second. Game's getting ready to come on a little bit. Save it for tomorrow. All right. Is that good with you, Al? This is the dink and dunk, but...
This is a reminder. Time to read.
Time to read. Just a little screen. Our guys were so tired. Should the Lions trade for DeAndre Swift? Didn't he start with them? Didn't they draft him? Ah. His false start, yeah, on the left tackle. So this is 2nd and 4. Yep. He knew it too. He's like, gosh darn it. Oh, you were joking? I got to get y'all's sense of humor. It took me forever to figure out Tom's sense of humor. Penny? Rashad Penny? I don't know. Doing good, MK. Doing good. A little tired. I'm going to play this play again. I didn't see it. A little tired from yesterday. Whew. Okay, we'll save this for tomorrow. It's just aggravating me that I can't rewind it. Yeah, I'd do a hard pass on Penny too. I don't think we're going to go for a running back. You know, coach said he wasn't. He said he's happy with what we got. You ready for Friday already? Oh, that's right. Yeah, Penny. You know that is a good point, Clack. That's a good point. He knows how to run in this system. Very, very good point. That makes me reconsider it. Penny's 27 years old, which is like 32 in running back years. Rocket Man. Whew. All right. So tomorrow we are going to do the All 22. See what we can see. I think we're going to see some stuff that we're not expecting. You know? I think we're going to see something that's going to make us go, oh, well, that makes sense now why we played so garbagey. And it might be new. I think we're going to see a lot of stuff we're not going to be real happy with. That's just my guess. Just my guess. The Lions were out for some pirate booty. They got it, too. All right, Dion, you going to be here tomorrow? If you can make it, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to break this All 22 down and figure out exactly what went wrong. Because the game did not work the way it was supposed to work. I'm telling you, I think it was the receivers. They were the biggest issue I saw. But we shall see. You know, Neil had that issue where he didn't know what was going on in week 1. I mean, he was literally lost on the playbook. I think it was week 1. Might have been week 2. So, you know, that might be an issue with him. He doesn't study enough. You're going to try to go to the gym. Dude, this is more important than your health. Hey, no problem, Dan. With that, guys, I'm going to head out. I hope everybody has a good one. MK, good to see you in a good mood. I was worried you were going to think you were a curse for the Buccaneers. But, brother, everything's going to be all right. Stay positive. Hang in there. And we'll see y'all here tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, and I need the Dallas's defense to not do good tonight. Because the guy I'm playing fantasy has got Dallas's defense, and he only needs 11 points to beat me. So, Al, I know you're not going to root for Dallas's defense. Well, thank you, Bispo. I appreciate that, man. All right, guys, let's get out of here. Till next time, go Bucs.